All right, so I thought I'd record this for y'all. So Karen, if you're watching this, if you have time, just so you know, I emailed y'all 2 presentations to use with y'all's pizza models. These are from Text Guide, and you have to be logged into Google to pull them up. But again, I sent them to y'all through email, so you should be able to just click on them and open them. The first one you're going to want to use is this one where it asks how much pizza is shown, because there's this one, and then there's one that's going to look like this, show me. This one's first. And what I did is I typed up some guided questions, which I'd be glad to make a copy of for y'all in the morning if it would help, because this is not on the PowerPoint. All it's going to show is this, how much pizza is shown. So first thing I would ask the students is, and by the way, this student should have 4 pizza sets. So you should ask the kids, which pizza should we work with? Should we work with the one that was cut into 3 parts, 4 parts, 6 parts, or 8? That's what I tell them. And I tell them, look closely. 1, 2, 3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you'll want them to get, hopefully they'll come up with 8s. If not, you might say, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can point to the TV. I bet it'd be 6, a 7, 8. Let's try the 8s. So grab your 8s pizza, and I want you to form a pizza with it. Now, if you're working with partners, if you're touching the pizza this time, your partner gets to use it next time. So I always kind of give some expectations to the students if they're in pairs. Okay, you can touch this one, but then your partner gets the next one. We're not going to fight. And you don't touch any other models until I tell you to. All right, so here's our 8s, which is the best I can do while videoing. All right, I want y'all to look back at my TV because this is where it's going to be, is on your TV. They have, let's count together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. So I want you to kind of pull those a little bit out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, kind of, right? 5. So first, you'll ask them which pizza set, then make them lay it all out, and then have them slightly pull out what's pictured. Now, how many did y'all pull out? 5. How many are in the whole pizza, though? 8. Okay, so our fraction is going to be 5/8. And on your board, or you could have this on the overhead and kind of click off of the TV and flip back to the overhead and go, okay, this is 5/8, which is 5 out of 8. 5/8. And right now we're not worried about vocabulary of numerator, denominator. We're just kind of engaging them into understanding this. Tell them that they are looking, this is a fraction. Well, I say we're not looking at vocabulary. Here I go. We're looking at a fraction. Fractions are numbers that have a numerator. Can y'all say numerator? Numerator, good. And a denominator. Say denominator. Let's say it again. Numerator, denominator. Numerator, denominator. If they can't say it, they're never going to recognize it or be able to write it. All right, numerator and denominator. Here's what I know. In 3rd grade, or in any grade, if a numerator is smaller than the denominator, you're talking about a part of a whole amount. So, you know, here I am thinking that it might be great for the kids to have one of these on their own. So they can kind of see the guided questions, but maybe make notes. Y'all text me back after this and let me know what y'all want to do. You could just put this on the board. Again, it's engaging. 5/8. When the numerator is smaller than the denominator, you're talking about a part of the whole. This is not the whole pizza. It is a part. That's what a fraction is. When I see a fraction, a numerator and a denominator, I know I'm talking about a part. All right, let's look at this one. It has 1, 2 pieces. Which pizza do you think this is? The 3rds, the 4th, the 6th, or the 8ths? I agree, 3rds. All right, y'all build me the 3rds on your table, on your desk, wherever. And you can kind of be looking around, engaging. All right, I see that most of y'all are ready. Slightly pull out the number of pieces pictured. How many of the 3rds how many 3rds are they showing us? 2, so pull those out just a little. All right, so how many have y'all pulled out? 2. How many are in the whole pizza? 3. All right, so this is how we write it. 2 over a fraction bar, 3. We're going to say this is 2/3. Let's write this, 2/3. We could write it on the board again. If you don't want them to have their own paper, that's fine. 2/3. 2/3. Is this the whole pizza or part? It's a part. That's right. If the numerator, say numerator, is smaller than the denominator, say denominator, then we know we're only talking about a part of a whole amount. This is part of the whole pizza, isn't it? These are what fractions are when the numerators are smaller. All right? So then their next set. All right, we have 1 piece. Which pie do y'all think this is? Let's see. I mean, if we kind of extended, how many pieces y'all think? 4? All right, let's build our 4 pizza. As they're doing that, you might talk to them. Okay, when you have split something into 4 pieces, this is called fourths with the THS. Fourths. Do y'all notice how your pizza, what do you notice about all the sizes so far of the pizzas? Whether it's been the pizza in 8ths or the pizza in 1/3 or the pizza in 4ths, what do you notice about the pizza slices? Yeah, they're the same size. That's what we call congruent. Say it. Congruent. Same size, same shape. Or you could say they're equivalent. If the fractional pieces are not the same size and shape, it's not a fraction. That's a big thing. All right, how many do they have pictured? 1. So what should we do? Yep, pull 1 off to the side. Do y'all know what fraction you're looking at? They might say 1 out of 4. I agree, we pulled out 1, but we are divided into 4. I want y'all to say that, divided. Do y'all remember who this is up here? Numerator, and this is, yes, denominator. Denominators, the D says, hey, I'm divided into 4 pieces. If your numerator's smaller, what do we know if we're talking about 1 out of 4? We're talking about a part of a pizza, not the whole thing. This is 1/4. I'm going to write this on the board or on my 4, not 4, 4th. This TH is really, really important. TH tells us we're talking about 4 parts. If you just wrote 4, 4 would be 4 whole pizzas. Fourths is 4 pieces. TH is a big word, or a big piece. All right, let's move that off. What do y'all think the last pizza is going to be? Yeah, the one we haven't touched, the 6th. All right, y'all go ahead and build that. And as they're building it, walk around, which you should have been anyway. I'm sure you were. And just kind of look, are they taking your notes? Are they on task? All right. This pizza is split into how many pieces? 6th. So if we're split into 6 pieces, we're not in 6, we are in 6th. Remember TH, 6 parts. So that is my D, say D, denominator. Say it, D denominator. D denominator says I'm divided into 6. How many are we talking about? Yeah, 2. 2 out of 6th. So this fraction is 2/6. How do I know it's a fraction? Because I have a numerator, say numerator, and we have a, yes, denominator. And if the numerator's smaller, we're talking about a part of the whole pizza. These are parts. Fractional pieces are parts. Very good. All right, now, this is when you would pull up the other email I sent, the other presentation off a text guide, and one big slide is going to say, I would tell the kids, all right, this section is going to ask you to show us a pizza. So I want you to show me 3/8. And I'm going to help y'all, because what do y'all call that bottom number? And you could just be pointing to the TV. Do y'all remember what the bottom is? Yeah, D denominator. I get down with my denominator. Denominator says I am divided into 8. That should help you figure out which pizza you should be grabbing. So kind of look around. Some of them may be just staring. Tell them, hey, we're working collaboratively as groups and partners. So if you need to kind of look at someone else, that's fine. But again, the big hint is D, the pizza is divided into 8 pieces. So that should tell y'all which pizza to grab. And then I want y'all to show me 3/8. So find a way to show me 3/8. Hopefully they used what y'all did at the first part. Some of them may only show literally 3 and have no other pieces. As long as they're the 8s, they're really not wrong. I would prefer them to kind of show it like we did in class. Very good. And then I might have one of these on my overhead and I have done it. So then I flip and go, here we go. 3 out of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is this 3/8? Is it the whole pizza or part? Part, yep. A numerator smaller than the denominator lets us know we're looking at a part. How would y'all say this? Not 3/8, 3/8. Why do we want that THS at the end? Who's been listening? Yes, 8 means 8 parts. Big thing to get him to say it. Text guy doesn't tell you any of this stuff. This is where good teaching comes in. Not just flying through notes, collaborating, discussing. All right, now I want y'all to show me 2/3. And walk around and hopefully they've got the pizza cut into 3 and 2 out of 3. So look around. If they're struggling, don't tell them what to do. Ask them with questions like, okay, do you know which number's a denominator? Do you know which one you get down with? Down. All right, do you remember what the D denominator says? All right, well, we're divided into thirds. And how many of them do you want to pull out? 2, very good. So question them, don't tell them, question, 2/3. And then show them on the overhead, 2 out of 3. 2/3 represents a part of the whole pizza. Do y'all remember what the top number is called? Numerator, good. What's the bottom? Denominator, very good. And if your numerator is smaller, good, we're looking at part. How do we say this? 2/3, very good. Notice thirds doesn't have THS. And just do the same thing for the last 2. And this is what y'all would do as a big engage activity tomorrow. And then their assignment was a 10-question activity that they need to do independently. When my kids worked in my classroom independently, I had them put up offices so there wasn't cheating. And of course, if your kids are accommodated, you might need to shorten it and only let them do evens, odds, or sometimes I just kind of went through and picked 5 out of the 10 that I thought were the most important or less wordy sometimes. But make sure you're doing that. And then, of course, do your multiplication practice before your fraction practice. So tomorrow's class should be multiplication practice, multiplication quiz, then notes, then assignment. If they only have 10 minutes to work on the assignment, that's fine. It's only 10 questions. It's really quick, and they can have homework. That's okay.